Vlogger moments. This is Alyssa.
Someone's undergoing a mental breakdown.
You're so rude. Okay, I'm just going to use a study time-lapse background because you need to be familiar with that. You're just gonna be studying most of the time. But anyway, OJ is really a time to make friends. Enjoy the social life because I don't think it lasts that long. Also, budget properly because if you're going out very often, it can hurt the wallet. And lastly, don't try to act cool and like not dance because firstly, you don't really look that cool if you're choosing not to dance, and it's like the last time you can really like let out, be yourself and have fun. So just dance along to the dancers, sing along, whatever, do whatever. For CG, make friends because they'll be with you for 2 years or even longer. And if you don't want leadership in your CCA or your SL, which is service learning, you should definitely try running for leadership in class because that really makes a difference in uni apps, I feel. A really important thing that I did unintentionally is make good friends or at least be friendly with your CT, civics tutor or form teacher. It really helps like just your overall JC life and also your appraisals or references later on when you're applying to uni. Also, reflect on yourself during this time on whether you want like a high commitment CCA like sports or low commitment CCAs based on what you really want to get out of JC. Regardless, in my opinion, it will be fun even if it's a high commitment because most CCAs will start before A-level prep anyway. I have a lot to say for J1 because this is really your bulk of your JC because half your year in J2 is just studying for A-levels. So yeah, bear with me, just listen. So everything is going to be hard, like really hard, juggling all your different commitments. Even if you're a straight A student in O-levels or IP, you're probably gonna fail some exams. That's normal, it's okay. You can watch my other videos or check out my Instagram and Lemonade to find out more about study tips and organizational tips that might help for JC. Anyway, first tip is to make friends with your teachers or at least be friendly, not just your CT, because they are the ones you go for academic help and writing your reference letters for uni. Even if you don't like them, just be polite and try not to get on their bad side because you're the only one who will 吃亏. Moving on to things that I believe that you should. Something I regret is not joining more academic competitions. So back then I thought that it's more important to do well in A-levels and all the other competitions. While I still agree to that to a certain extent, academic comps can really teach you things that A-levels wouldn't, especially if it's like a specialized subject. And it's an experience that not everyone can go through, unlike A-levels. So just think through it and don't give up too easily. On the other hand, also make sure you don't overload your stuff, if not you'll for real suffer and your grades will take a hit too. I also highly recommend running for CCA leadership, especially if you're in sports because you're going to spend a lot of time in the CCA anyway. Might as well do something useful and more admin. And I believe that CCA is also a more forgiving place to train your leadership skills compared to your SL because there's more guidance in the CCA setting. Talking about SL, you can join a SL or go volunteer yourself. Just make sure you volunteer regularly because for me, I didn't really participate that much, so my CIP hours didn't hit the requirements. Also, join a SL with a course you really like and people you have worked with or you know you will work well with so that your work styles match. Because unlike PW, you can choose your teammates. If not, if your work styles are off, it's gonna be quite hard to work with them. Anyway, in general, you're going to need time management skills because there's really a lot of commitments that you're juggling and timelines you need to know. I've linked YouTube vids and posts on time management tips and scheduling that you can refer to. As for study tips, number 1, listen in class or at least be in class. Just don't pawn class because even if you're not actively listening, I actually feel that some of the info they say in class actually like diffuses into your brain, you know. Number 2, do your tutorials or any work needed before your classes. If not, it's really like a waste of time being in class, and it'll be so much more efficient and better for spaced repetition and all that to do your readings before class, so that you can actually like ask questions and participate well in class. Number 3, sleep enough. Trust me, sacrificing 1 hour of sleep for studying isn't going to work. Like, it just doesn't work. It's not efficient. You're not going to focus anyway. So just sleep enough. For me, I'm pretty proud. I sleep like at 9 every day during JC. Maybe like 11 sometimes if I really need to do some work. But yeah, so just sleep. It really helps your productivity, being able to focus, and consequently being able to do well. Number 4, consult your teachers if you have any questions. I mean, you're literally paying them to teach you. You should just fully utilize what you have. If you have questions, ask your teachers, ask your smart friends. Just ask, because if you're not going to ask, no one's gonna care. So yeah. From G2 onwards, you should actually treat each exam super seriously, in my opinion. I think it helps because while you can fail quite a lot in J1 and it doesn't really matter, you only have like maybe a maximum 3 exams in J2 before your A-levels. So each exam is really important in preparing you for the A-levels, and also maintaining an A is much easier than improving to an A. So like, if you already have like straight A's in prelims and TPAs, or like blocks, whatever you call your mid-year exams, it's going to be so much easier to like get an A in A-levels itself. Anyway, J2 is honestly not that much. After like June or something, you're just studying. So pace yourself and plan your time well so you don't burn out, and start preparing for A's early. Go out and study, change your environment, go out with friends, because studying can't be your whole life. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.